Hey, welcome to the what?
What's going on, baby? We here.
Hey, we back, baby. We back once again in the building.
Oh, yeah.
In the building.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Trash Talk Countdown Show with your host Bobby and your other host Shine. Man, hey, we back here. We took a little hiatus there for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Took some time off. Watched
We
Super
be
Bowl a
busy,
little
man.
bit.
Y'all mind your
Watched
business.
Super
I bought
Bowl
a
a little
business.
bit. Yeah, you did. You did buy one. Yeah. So we ain't gonna tell the people about that, but it is what it is. But you know what I'm saying? Shine with that big money. Now he big money, big paper, boss status.
I'm in
Boss status. Hey Shine, let the people know what we gotta talk about tonight, man.
Hey, BKFC was last night. Did y'all catch it? Guess what? It wasn't that bad at all.
It was a banger. It was a banger, man. It was a banger. It's a banger, man. The main card had a lot of fights on it that were great. UFC showed up in the BKFC, did a damn thing, and we're gonna talk about it a little bit, man. So we're gonna get into BKFC two, and we're gonna talk about if it was better than the first one. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. Was it?
A little bit, and at the end, we're going to preview a little bit of 272 because that's right around the corner. Got a little other news coming, but let's go ahead on and get started for the day, baby.
All right, man, let's get into the first part of the show, man. BKFC is 2 for 2, man, because BKFC 1 was a good show, man. A lot of stars came out of BKFC 1, but BKFC 2 came out with some bangers too, man, because UFC showed up. They didn't show up last BKFC 1, Knuckle Mania 1, but they showed up this time, man. Mendez showed up, Perry showed up, and then we had some other fights that didn't really show up, man. That main event fight, I want to get into it first because I don't want to spend that much time on it. Palomino versus Brown, man, it was more of a dud. If you know anything about BKFC, man, it's usually banging. You're going to see somebody get hit, somebody going to get hit hard, somebody going to get opened up. There's going to be some blood spilling here and there. And that's why they say knuckle up, man. But the Palomino, that fight wasn't as good as I wanted it to be. It felt like a chess match. It was a good. It was a good back and forth. It was a good chess match, but it's just one of those ones where it was like, man, I'm trying to see somebody get knocked the fuck out. That's what I'm trying to do when I watch BKFC. Man, we didn't get it. We didn't get that.
Here's the thing with the Luis Palomino fight. You got a little technical side to it. So, because what is he on BKFC bare knuckle fight number 7?
I think he was 4-0. I think it was 4-0.
I'm pretty sure it's 6-0. But
oh shit, he might have been.
You know, maybe he know how to do the BKFC thing better than just about all of us. So I don't know. The rest of them you get out there, and it's like a professional organization, but everybody's got that old school like tough man mentality.
Yeah,
and we like to see it. We like to see it. You know, the old dick twist. But look, so I'm looking at Knucklemania 1 versus Knucklemania 2, and I said something while we were off the air, and I'm pretty sure it holds weight. Knucklemania 2 might have outshined Knucklemania 1, and that's hard for these promotions to do that. How many promotions, you know, take out the UFC, take out Bellator, because they've been around for a while, where you've got, let's see, Eagle FC, where Tyrone Spong was the main event. They had he just got dreads. You know who I'm talking about. Rashad Evans was on the card. And You got, is Eagle FC 2 gonna outdo that? It's gonna be real hard for them. They can't find the talent, build the talent, or whatever they got to do. BKFC said, let's put out Knucklemania 2, and boom, straight fire. Well, I'm watching this like, man.
Yeah, I think BKFC did the right thing. They picked, yes, they did pick a good day. They picked 2 UFC fighters that were on their way out in the first place, but they picked the Chad Mendez who likes to bang, and they picked the Mike Perry who's just crazy, and he's just gonna go in there head first trying to knock somebody out. So they picked 2 UFC fighters to come over to BKFC who are going to show up and try to show out. So that they did a great thing, and by offering them that big payday just to come in and just do their damn thing. And they actually came in and did their damn thing. They
actually came in to do the thing. And so you look at the idea too, you've got Knucklemania 2, Perry Lane was on it, Bret Hart didn't do well. We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Actually, we don't have a space for it, so we're gonna talk about it here in just a second.
Let's get into that, man.
I called it, and I just want to say you don't have to bow at the feet of the master, but it's okay. I knew it. I knew it. Faria comes out there, and what's a good word? Clinic. Puts on a clinic.
No, she didn't put on a clinic. The first round went to Hart. There was more of a filling out process in the first round. Hart was she got a few punches in there that gave her the first round, but from then on, Faria just unleashed a lot of power onto Hart's face, and Hart's face started to open up and started to swell. And then to a point where in the fifth round, it seemed like Hart was trying to dodge and sway and get out of the way of those punches rather than trying to punch back. So I feel like Faria came in with a game plan and she executed it to a T in this fight.
So with that, no knock on Faria. Great fight. But listen, we've been sitting here, we've been going through, we got all the beefs up. Jenny Savage, we got Taylor Starling, we got Bret Hart, Paige Van Zandt, we got all these beefs building. And then this was for the inaugural flyweight championship. And I said what? They should have already went ahead and did the Bret Hart versus Taylor Starling for the championship, right? And built that up, touted that, get some trash talking, maybe a couple one-liners. Let's go on. We all want to see that. And then, then they bring in someone outside of the organization who they haven't built up like they have. And, I don't know if it's Bret Hart or Taylor Starling. Faria might win both. We don't know, but we already get what we need out of that fight. Now that fight either A, isn't going to happen, or it's not as stunning as a fight now, is it?
It's not as promotable.
And then you're gonna have what? Taylor Starling versus. Does she take another fight, or does she immediately fight?
I feel like the competition between her and Faria, she would have to take another fight just so that she can better prove herself to be in that title fight with Faria. But for the most part, if you wanted to actually put the promotion out there and actually sell some tickets for that 125 championship fight, I would say put Taylor Starling up against Faria probably in the next 4 or 5 months after she heals. Actually, I don't even think it's going to take her that long because I don't feel like Hart touched her face as much as Faria touched Hart's face. Seriously.
The main thing about healing, in all honesty, is probably hand damage. If her hands are fine, then she should be good. But you look at the idea, Taylor Starling comes out there and smokes Faria. Bam, cool. Taylor Starling is your champion. But here we go. Watch this. Do we want to see Bret Hart coming off a loss? I mean, we'll watch it. We're going to watch it.
We'll watch it.
But it ain't like, oh, snap, they put it together. Let's go. Or you look at the idea of, I don't know if Paige Van Zandt's still doing it. I don't know if Rachel Ostovich is coming back. We don't know anything about all of the other stuff. This was the fight to make. You should have made it. I don't know why not.
True. I don't know why not either.
Anyway, Faria is your champion. Christine Faria is a flyweight champion. Super good. Let's move on to the next part where I got a formal apology for Chad Mendez in the next one.
But before we get into the formal apology for Sean again for Chad Mendez, we gotta get into the bottom right corner, man. Stunt is a habit. Get like us. Habits365.com/trash talk BS with a 10% discount on all apparel. And if you want your logo or promo at the bottom right corner, all you gotta do is hit us up at
my feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey, man, that's the greatest email account ever made, man. Let's get into the next part of the show, man. Money Mendez came out, showed up, and he knocked Fames the fuck out. What you got to apologize for, son?
Hey, look, man. Hey, Conor McGregor, his one-liners be so good, man. They stick with you forever. But, after he hit my man with that oodles and noodle, I need everyone to understand that my man is Chad Money Mendez, right? Yeah. It was so easy to say Chad Money Mendez after Conor said it because that shit was funny as hell. It was so funny. But I just need everybody to know, put some respect on that man's name. He from a wrestling background. And he went out there, he said, I swear this was the camp. They said, man, when they ring the bell for the round, just shoot, whatever, it's cool. And then next time when you do it, he's like, oh, he just tripping overhand. And I be damn if that didn't come to fruition too. He said, shoot, they're gonna warn you, get your little Dundasso going, and then on the next one, boom. He hit him with that overhand. He dropped him at no, he didn't drop him in the first. He dropped him in the
second.
He dropped him in the second, the third, and twice in the fourth.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, the second, third, and twice in the fourth. So he is throwing laundry baskets at this man's face.
He was throwing the whole kitchen sink at his face. Seriously.
And then in the second knockdown, they had the camera perfectly. He looked down at his hand. He said, he kind of shook it a little bit. I said, damn, he broke his hand. He was like, broke or not, we throwing it. Let's go. And is this the best UFC to BKFC debut yet?
I think so though. I think so. I think Chad Money Mendez came out and he showed up and showed out. And I feel like from all the fights that I've seen from a UFC fighter coming over to the BKFC, he has been the best UFC fighter to come over and transition. Because the biggest thing you can say about BKFC is the transition from MMA gloves or gloves in general to just bare knuckle is a big transition. And if your hands are not used to hitting somebody in the face bare knuckle,
Mike Perry said it.
It's one of those things where you got to adjust, and you got to adjust to a point where you got to break those knuckles or break those little bones in your knuckles so they can build back up and get stronger and stronger so you can continue to hit people in the face with that bare knuckle. But for the most part, I feel like Chad Mendez came in, he performed to a point where it's like, oh, I can see him doing some things in the BKFC. Now, Mike Perry might be a different story, but I feel like Chad Mendez, especially with his background, this is stand up and bang kind of deal right here. This is not one of those things where you can take somebody to the ground and use some of that ground and pound or use some of your wrestling background to get somebody in a position where you can also hit them in the face. This is just a mano, man against man. I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna hit you in the face, and I'm gonna try not to let you hit me in the face. This showed me a lot from Mendez. Seriously, showed me a whole lot because Fames is a damn boxer.
Yeah,
he's a boxer,
and he came out and he fought the first round. No, I'm sorry. He fought the whole fight in a different stance. And what confused me about this whole thing, because at first when he came out and Chad was kind of whiffing a little bit, and I went, I don't know how long this is going to last. And they said, we did a southpaw stance just to confuse him. That's it. That's all. That's the only reason, just to confuse him a little bit, because my man, he's got over 20 fights in MMA. Yeah. And we just gonna confuse him with a southpaw stance. I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I feel like he's seen a lot. I feel like he's seen a lot in his heyday. And
I think if they came out and said,
stance.
if they said something like, okay, so we did that because he's not gonna see that check hook coming. We noticed in a lot of fights he was susceptible to it. Okay, I'm with that. But then after about the first two knockdowns, he was just like, you know what? I'm going to ride it out with a southpaw stance. Okay, cool. He died. But all in all, where does Chad Mendez go from here? You heard the main event after announcement?
Yeah.
He said it was Chad, right? He told Chad to hold on.
Yeah, he told Chad to hold on
because he want to fight for the belt.
Fighting his brother or somebody. I was like,
he was like, brother. I think maybe he just said brother. I don't know.
Think he said brother too. I think Palomino said brother as well. But I was like, yeah, you gonna fight your own brother because he didn't say the right stuff while he had the belt. It sounded weird. It was kind of weird. That's why the main event fight was weird itself. I feel like I understand where he came from. He didn't want to train. He was in a bad mindset. His mental health was not where it needed to be at. He needs some inspiration. Got the inspiration, came in, got the dub. I understand all that. I feel him from that point of view, and I like the fact that he used that motivation to come in and be just as good, or if not better, than he was in the past. But for the most part, that The main event fight was a dud, and then you see both faces. No one really came out with a blemish on their face, maybe a cut over the eye. That was about it. But for the most part, technical fight, it wasn't as good as that Mike Perry fight. And we're gonna get into that.
We're gonna get into
just a second. We're gonna get into that just a second. You got anything else you want to say about Money Mendez, man? I feel like he got a couple fights before he gets to the championship. Coming from the UFC, I feel like they can make some money off of him if they put him up against two more talents that are even or just below his talent level. I feel like they can make some money in the BKFC. Pretty much promote him in a way where it's just like push him up so that BKFC can go up as well. So I feel like he got a couple fights before he gets that title fight. And if he can win the title, man, that's a big name on BKFC side. And that card last night was a big card for them. They had a sellout and this, that, and the other. So I feel like if they do the right thing,
make it $600,000 a fight.
Exactly.
Let's get in and bang.
What's on let me bang. But before we get to let me bang, man, got to talk about what's in the bottom right corner, man. Stunts a habit. Get like us. Habits365.com/TriSouthBS with a 10% discount on all apparel. But you want your logo or something at the bottom right corner, all you got to do is hit us up at
my feet smell like butt at gmail.com.
Hey, man, greatest email account ever made. Let me bang, man. Let me bang. Got
Julian Lane versus Mike Perry.
Let me bang. Got banged.
Instant. No, he didn't, though.
He got banged.
No, he didn't. He didn't. So listen. Why? Let's start from the beginning. Julian Lane versus Mike Perry. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's go on and get it going. Here's the thing, though. He went out there. I thought this fight was going to be over real early.
Mm-hmm.
And Julian Lane, I don't think he's known for a granite chin.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mike Perry is known for knocking anybody out under 70. And
yeah, so I like how you stuck that in there.
So
stuck that on in there.
Anybody over 70 talk shit, get hit, he gonna put them out. But what I'm saying though is, I get the idea that he may have faded a little bit as the rounds went on. But Julian looked like, I don't want to say he pushed the gas pedal more. It just looked like he was going the same speed the whole time, like the little tortoise that could. You know what I'm talking
about? True.
And at the end in round 5, I'm looking at this like, he got a couple of those meeps in, and I was like, Mike Perry might be in a little trouble here if he don't stay on his feet.
Lane won round 4 and 5, but Perry won the first 3 rounds.
First 3 rounds.
And then the first round was a 10-8 because he hit him with I don't know exactly what
it was. It was a jab.
It was a jab.
It was a jab.
But hit him with a jab, and you could see Lane's body just go limp for a second, and he backed up and he was wobbling. And I felt like Mike Perry was gonna put him out. Mike Perry should have put him out because his hands wouldn't have been as bad as they were at the end of the 5th round if he would have put him out in the first. But I don't think he had enough time on the clock to do so.
Yeah.
But Lane came in the second round and started hitting him with a straight jab to his face. And the big thing I feel like Mike Perry doesn't have that's going to hurt him later on in BKFC if he continues on, because after you start messing your hands up like that, you go back to the house and say, do I really want to do this? But the biggest thing that he can't do, or I don't see he can do very well, is move that head, because Lane put a straight jab to his face several times, and you could see that Mike Perry's face just blew up like a balloon by the end of the 5th round off of some straight jabs. He wasn't doing anything but straight jabs. It was straight punches to the middle of his face, and he was getting hit.
You want to know the most tragic part of this fight?
What?
I really thought Mike Perry's shorts was going to be a lot cooler. He platinum Mike Perry. Like, I swear I thought he was going to go like over the top boxing style when Mayweather came out in all leather or some tassels or something. I just knew it was going to be something like that.
I guess he needed his first paycheck first before he did all that.
Go ahead and get it out the way.
Hitting old people will do that to you.
You know, it'll get you broke, man. They got good lawyers.
Heck yeah.
Mike Perry comes out, gets him, drops him, boom. Now, they're calling it an instant classic because it was all offense, no defense.
Oh, there was no defense at all. There was no head movement. There was just straightforward hit me in the face.
And as a fighter, I feel bad for enjoying it. Like I feel so bad. Like I feel like y'all should move your heads and like do things. But I'm also like, hey, just punch each other and see which one fall first. I like that, but
hey, you could really see that Mike Perry was like, hey man, hold your head still so I can punch you right in your face.
He hold him in. Look, I gotta point that way. Look, he holding his head like, hey, be still. He like, just stand here and let me hit you so I can get you out of here. Yeah. And then what he do in the post fight? The post fight was so cringy. They couldn't get the mic to work. They couldn't get the mic to work. They couldn't work the mic for Mike. And then he called out for the belt, but the dude that's fighting for the belt was also doing commentary. And then like he didn't take that shit lightly. So now he cutting a promo from the announcing seat. And I'm like, bro, just call the fights. That's one thing I like about like a UFC type promotion when you got Cormier or somebody out there. The fighters in the cage, they give them their due. And then after they get done, then they go to their ass if they need to as the champ. He start cutting a promo on like, man, can we get to the next fight, man?
Yeah, man, I didn't feel like it was appropriate at the time, but it is what it is. Mike Perry just coming in brand new. He's been in the BKFC for a little bit, and he's put his fist to face, and he's done what he needs to do to get his championship bout. But it's just one of those things where he doesn't understand why Mike Perry would come in and think that since he has one dub, he can get that championship. So I understand how you feeling at that moment.
And I agree with him. It wasn't the greatest dub. And that's okay. That's okay. And even Mike Perry was like, look, hey, I gotta figure out what this whole barehanded fighting is. It ain't they bones are harder than them old people I be punching. So he'll get that figured out. What do you think? Before we move on to the next one, what do you see for Mike Perry? Do you see success for Mike Perry in BKFC?
I don't feel like he can move his head. I feel like Mendez can evolve and get better standing up because I feel like Mendez does a lot more head movement. He does a lot more body movement. He does a lot more putting himself in a position to be more successful. And then he uses some of his MMA style to get closer so he can get in his opponent's body so he can get an uppercut or something. I don't feel like Mike Perry moves his head enough. And I feel like if he gets against the wrong BKFC fighter, he's going to get knocked out quickly. Because it's one of those things where if somebody's watching this fight and they've been fighting BKFC for a while, you can knock Mike Perry out in the first 5 seconds. Seriously. Because he's not going to move his head.
Break your hand on his head. He got a hard head.
It is what it is. So, hey, that's why they say knuckle up.
Knuckle up. I really want my whole life the next time for him to be like, it's time to knuckle up, buttercup. But he ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it.
Man, that's the. I ain't even gonna say that.
Was it BKFC
we gonna get canceled if I said that?
What is it? Was it BKFC that put the fear of God in, or was that a different promotion? It's time to knuckle up.
No, it was Jorge's promotion.
Oh, that's what it was.
Because he was using the same
like tone, mannerism, everything when he said it's time.
Yeah, he was.
And then he had that little pause. It's time to knuckle up.
Hey, if I was Bruce, I'd be like, whoa, that's too much of a pause there, buddy. You need to go right into knuckle up.
he said you better check yourself before you wreck yourself. Let's get into that UFC 272.
I shoot the shit out you. Before we get into UFC 272, man, we got to get into the bottom right corner, man. Stunting is a habit. Get like us, habit365.com/trash talk BS for a 10% discount on all apparel. And if you want your logo, promo, or anything at the bottom right corner, all you got to do is hit us up at
my feet smell like butter at gmail.com.
Hey, greatest email account ever made. UFC 272 is right around the corner, man. We got 2 weeks before it gets here, but they have announced the main card, Sean. They have announced the main card, and usually, I'm gonna be honest. Usually, I'm not excited about UFC main card because there are at least 3 fights that I don't even want to see. But
this card trash. Like, who wants to see Edson Barbosa versus Thug Nasty?
Me. So, This card right here has 4 out of the 5 fights that I would love to see. And we're going to talk about each fight just a little bit, man. Put 5 minutes on the clock, man, so we can get into this conversation about UFC 272. We're going to go into grave detail next week because the fight's on March 5th. But we just want to go to a little bit and talk about a little bit before it gets here. And I want to ask you a question before we get into the talk about, man. Hey, you pay the money for this card right here? Is it worth the money?
Still no. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. You got the main event, and you got Colby Covington versus Jorge Masvidal. You got all the beef that's gonna be settled. It's on site. All this, that, and the other. Perfect. Colby just lost to the champ. Jorge just lost to the champ. So when they win, what's gonna happen?
I don't care. I just want to see this fight.
I'm not saying that. You can see the fight for $59.99. You telling me, what is it, $79.99, $74.99? Is that what it is?
I don't know, but
you tell me for $74.99, you gonna do it? If I couldn't write it off, I wouldn't do it. What you mean? I don't know about that. But let's start at the bottom and move up. Greg Hardy versus Sergey Spivak was added to the
Greg
card.
Get his ass whooped. I hope Greg Hardy get this shit beat out of him.
This fight was already
woman beat the ass, bitch.
You can't talk about that. It was expunged from his record. Don't you know? You can't say things like that because it was, the court and like the lady didn't show up. I don't know if she was paid off. We don't know.
She was scared.
But you can't say that. Can't say that. All you got to say is good luck, Greg. Now, let's move on. Sergey Spivak versus Greg Hardy was originally scheduled for UFC 270, Ngannou versus Gane. So that's why it's on this card. He hurt his finger. He cut his finger. He cut his finger.
Got hurt.
And so now that's on this card, which gives the bottom and it raises the ship, right? So then you got Kevin Harlan versus Alex Oliveira. Banger. That's going to be great. And even if it isn't great,
it's still going to be some shit
it's still going to be some shit talking. So even if it ain't even a great fight, he can be like, if they have a boring fight, Kevin Harlan be like, man, these people booing us because we bored, man. Why don't you do something else? And we can be like, yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. Or he might, knock him out from guard. We don't know. But
yeah,
Alex Oliveira is all go all the time. So it's about to go down. Gonna be a good one. Then you got Thug Nasty versus Edson Barboza. You can't ask for a more polarizing type fight, right?
Yeah, man. I feel like Bryce Mitchell, Thug Nasty, with them nasty ass submission attempts, is gonna put together something that's gonna be wild.
But Edson Barboza ain't nothing to sleep on.
Then again, Barboza, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. So Barboza's got to be. Let's give it out to these guys. Chad Mendez has been around for a while, but not him. Let's go all the way back. Jim Miller just got a win in the last UFC card. He been fighting since '93. I swear he has. Like he fought in UFC 1. I don't know, but Edson Barboza been around for a minute, and he still got it. So, what a great middle of the card fight. Then you got Rafael versus Rafael. Great job. Why the hell is it 5 rounds? Why is it 5 rounds?
Pass. That's a waste of 25 minutes right there. It should be 10. Should be 2 rounds. Shit. Man, somebody get knocked out. That's what it should be.
It's already a hard sell. It's already a hard sell for the main event. It's already a hard sell for the main event for 5 rounds. You tell me you got to do a co-main for 5 rounds. Yeah. And past that, you got Rafael dos Anjos, so he don't get tired. Okay. So if it's gonna be, it could be 5 rounds of just Rafael dos Anjos ain't gonna get tired. There ain't gonna be no like, oh, I took a deep breath in the third. I got to get this dude out of here before I get tired. He'll do that. He said, I can do this all night, buddy. Let's move on to the main event. We're gonna talk about this in.
There's gonna be some smoke in the city.
Is it?
I hope.
I I would love for you to change my mind.
The promo is gonna be excellent.
I would love for you to change my mind.
Next Thursday and next Friday, when they do the interviews, it's gonna be fantastic. The build up, the lead up to the actual fight on Saturday night is gonna be fantastic. Now the fight itself might be a dud. That's why it should be 3 rounds. I'm big sick and tired of these damn 5-round fights. So I'm tired of this shit.
But you gonna have to show me. Look, there's 2 ways of this happening. We gonna get a stand-up chess match, or Colby Covington's wrestling is going to shine bright in this fight. Jorge Masvidal may eke out a decision win. I don't see a knockout.
This is gonna be a knockout, dog.
Where?
They going for the knockout, dog.
Where?
This ain't gonna be the.
Everyone.
I'm trying to tell you, man. This ain't doing everyone, dog. This ain't no. I'm going to sit back and see what you gonna do kind of deal. This is a drag out. I'm finna knock you the fuck out fight. This ain't no damn. All right, man. I know you can do this. I'm gonna do this. I know I'm better at this than you. Nah, fuck that. This gonna be a damn. I'm punching your face, and I'm telling you right now what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. Don't quick give me all this bullshit, cause you give me bullshit right now. You giving me some bullshit, and you need to come back to life, because you know this is gonna be an actual fight, and quit playing this shit down, and then all of a sudden this shit's gonna excite you to a point that you're gonna be like, man, this is gonna be good. This is good. You're gonna scoot up in your seat on this one. I don't care what you say. You scooting Saturday night. So tune in Saturday night, March 5th. We scooting in the seat.
More fights than you
scooting
in my life. I've seen far more fights than you.
Scoot.
And I need you to understand that.
Scoot.
First and foremost, when things like this are on the line, guess what? Guess what's going to happen?
Okay. I don't give a fuck what you guess. Right. I know what's going to happen.
You go out there versus Jamal, right?
I'm whooping his ass. I'm beating the shit out of him. I'll punch his lights out.
I don't know. Think about
what?
this.
I'm told him things.
You listen to me when I tell you this. It's so much easier to throw those things when you don't really care that much.
What?
If you got so much in your heart for it to go out there and defeat Jamal, right? You gonna go out there and be careful, cause guess what? They can wake you up with Jamal walk around that cage celebrating.
And I'm gonna punch him again.
And you don't want that to happen, right?
I'm punching him again.
I think there's a lot of stakes on this fight to where it's going to be a lot more careful than what we're thinking. It ain't going to be... All right, well, you don't have to listen to me because I'm right. So, whatever. It's cool. No, go ahead. Be a fan. Go ahead.
His thing, Shante. His thing. I could understand if they were fighting for something. I could understand if somebody had an opportunity to fight the champ again and they next fight. I could understand if they had some bigger money available to fight another opponent next time around. This is the money fight. They got paid a handsome amount of money to make this fight happen. There is no other fight. They're a main event on the main card of a UFC 272. They got paid some change for this fight, Shante.
Okay.
Shine. Okay. I'm telling you, there's nothing else after this.
Listen to me. Let's start saying words like this. If Colby Covington loses this fight, does he get cut from the UFC?
Both of them get cut.
If Jorge Masvidal loses this fight, does he get cut from the UFC? There's a lot on the line with this fight. There's a lot on the line with this fight. Listen to me when I tell you this. They're going to go out there and they're going to just be, jabbing and, doing the little thing. And then maybe somebody's going to throw something hard and maybe whiff, or even it's going. Colby Covington's wrestling is going to shine bright in this fight. It's going to be a cage chess match, and if Jorge Masvidal can navigate around that and get some good shots in, then he can pull out a decision win. You heard it here first. Hey, look, I'm always right sometimes.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
I get it. I get it.
If there was something to fight for after this fight, I could understand where you're coming from. I understand, but there's nothing. There's nothing. These two individuals can go get knocked out and still fight on the same promotion and get paid good money for it. I'm just saying.
You go out there, get knocked out, get cut, and lose to the dude you hate the most.
Well, I mean, Jorge got his own promotion. It is what it is. Street Jesus. He has a name for himself. As long as he goes in and does his thing or tries to do his thing, if he gets knocked out, he gets knocked out. But
if you go out there and lose a boring fight, it ain't the end of the world.
Fuck losing a boring fight.
I understand what you saying because you always let me bang, bro. But let me tell you, bro. If you went out there and you was fighting Jamal and you didn't want to get pieced up with the 2-piece, you gonna be careful.
Fucking them up. Fucking them up. Hey, I gotta put a shout out there. Megan in the comment section, she said Kevin Gates also does not get tired. Just wanted to put that out there. Shout out, Megan. I see you.
What's that mean? Who's Kevin Gates?
Kevin Gates is a rapper.
You're
awful. You're awful for that one.
Does he have what does he rap fast?
No, he's actually he's more of a lyricist than most of these rappers out here these days.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Y'all don't listen to the Island Boys? Okay, let me quit. I quit.
Lord.
I quit.
Hey man, let's get into in other news, man. BKFC put on hey, back into the comment section. Megan just said, I hate you. She wasn't talking about me. She was talking about you, dog.
She can't hate me.
Yes,
all I do is look out for her.
You, Shine.
All right, that's cool.
She said,
understand.
Hey, hate it or love it.
The underdog's on top. And I'm going to shine, homie, into my heart. Hey, look, go ahead, envy me. I'm this show's MVP, and I ain't going nowhere, so you better get to love me. That ain't what he said. Anyway, in other news, what you got?
Man, hey, the card coming up, UFC 272 coming up right around the corner, March 5th. We're going to get into more details next week about the card itself. Hopefully nobody drops out or gets their finger hurt. It
was a cut on his finger.
It is what it is.
Listen, y'all leave Brittany alone. You don't remember that old school before memes was memes? My man made that. Y'all leave Brittany alone. Man.
Hey, also in other news, Knucklemania, BKFC is here to stay, man. BKFC is here to stay. They put on another promotion that was pretty good out there. Actually, 3 out of the 5 fights were bangers. One fight out of the 5 was a it was whatever. But I mean, BKFC's here to stay, man. They put on some good promotions. They're getting more and more legit too. Hey, the
promotions, the walkouts. They got homie Cyrus Fees out there doing the commentary. They got all kinds of good stuff. They need to work on the mics a little bit because, I mean, it's too much outside noise.
Exactly.
Too much outside noise. We just want to hear their voice, and then you can mic up the cage, and then we kind of go from there. But we don't need to hear my man eating chips in the background. I don't want to hear it.
Exactly.
From there, I ain't mad at them. And then you got the other people, they coming out trying to do the Trigon. They trying to do the Trigon. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Man, that is so stupid. We need to get into that next show, man. We need to get into that.
That's phone booth fighting. We'll get into that next week because they got a show coming up in like 3 weeks. Shout out to the big homie King Kong, North Carolina. Nathan Arriaga, he fighting on it.
They fight down here at the fairgrounds. Florida State Fairgrounds down here in Tampa, Florida.
Oh, you gonna be there? I might have to go out there. I might have to go out there. Hey, get the microphone. We could do it live. I'm just kidding.
Hey, I can report live from this sorry ass Trigon.
What is happening here? It's phone booth fighting though. Like I hate it for anybody to get caught in that little nipple, right there in the middle.
Oh my goodness!
Right there in the little middle titty. You know what I'm talking about? I hate for anybody to get caught right there.
Hey,
I wouldn't even know how to move around.
Before we get out of here, Megan has another comment. Megan said, I also know another lyricist, but we won't get into that. I don't even know why I'm here. She don't even know why she's here. So hey, shout out. What she know about it?
Shout out to me. My music speak for itself. When I was 14, I had a whole album that I let out. I had one featuring. I had one featuring the big homie over there. We had to kill them all. What you say? Fuck the haters. That's what we did, man. We didn't even have haters.
There's a story to that too. I was playing NCAA football. And then all of a sudden, my brother come in and say, hey, man, you want to get on this beat?
You trying to get on the beat?
Man, no, I don't want to get on the beat. He said, come on, man, get on this beat, man. I said, all right, whatever. What you want me to say? Kill them all, kill them all, kill them all. Hey. I said, all right, I got you.
I
put it on there. And, it was a banger. It was in the club.
It was,
what
club? I think a total like 10 people heard all the. I made a love song. I made a.
Yeah. So, hey, but we need to get into that one time for the good time. You know what I'm saying? On the show, Trash Talk with Bobby and Shine. We need to go ahead and get into it. We need to have a little concert, one of Shine songs.
Rock on the dot. I'm the man popping the shots, killing starstruck dudes. You remind me of Spock. Beam me up, Scotty. Hey, I wrote that. And see, my flow is so naughty. And if you disagree, you be facing a shotty. I had no guns back then. No guns.
None.
I got a lot of guns now, but I had no guns back then.
He didn't even shoot a gun at that time.
I had never shot a gun. Never. I just knew that that's what you're supposed to say.
Yeah.
When you rap.
When you rapping, you're supposed to shoot people.
You're supposed to shoot people. That's what it was. I like 15. I'm like, what do you do? Shoot people. Let's do it. Hey, look, let's get back to it before we go.
Next show, Shine's going to put on a concert for everyone. So I'm going to let y'all know y'all need to tune in. Trash Talk with Bobby and Shine next week, 9 o'clock on the dot. Show up. Shine's going to put on a show. He's going to perform one of his songs live on the air. I'm telling you. It ain't going to be the one with me in it. It's going to be the one
doing by that. Himself. I lost that song.
It is what it is. I'm glad you did.
I got to know one thing. Just something that's shaping up in some weeks from now. We can do it in other news and we'll come back to it. But listen to this. How about UFC 273 and how it's shaping out? We might have two. We might have two back-to-back pay-per-views where they actually. I feel like Dana watching the show and he listening.
Yeah, Dana
watched the show and he listened. He said, "Damn,
that watched the show." One of them Dana. He just don't comment in the comment section.
He don't want to be all on me like that. But I'm pretty sure Dana was listening. He was like, "We charging money. Maybe we ought to put something." Look, hey, the Korean Zombie versus Alexander Volkanovski. Okay. Aljamain Sterling versus Piotr Jan.
That's gonna be a bomb.
I'm with you. But look,
Piotr Jan gonna beat shit out of.
Let's get the rest of the card going. Mackenzie Dern versus Tisha Torres. I'm there.
Okay.
Kelvin Gastelum's on the card. Darian Weeks on the card. You got Irene Aldana versus Aspen Lane. You don't know, whatever.
I know Aspen Lane though. Aspen Ladd, the one where they in the corner and they said, "Hey, you losing? You got to whoop her ass." She came out, beat the shit out of her.
She said,
"That's what Aspen Ladd is."
Yeah. Or she was beating that one girl. She started screaming. I was like, okay. She fighting Irene Aldana. That's a hard fight. Mickey Gard on the card. Rosenstrike is on the damn prelim fighting Marcin Tiberius. Yeah.
Gavin used to be on the damn main card.
Chris Curtis on the card. I'm just saying, you go all the way down the list and you like, oh,
banger.
Y'all got a whole card put together.
Banger after banger after
Thank you,
banger.
UFC, for listening. You're welcome. I mean, I'm here all day. You ain't got to pay me for that. That tidbit for free.
You don't, but you do have to pay next week at 9 o'clock. Shine's going to put on a concert. He's going to perform one of his songs. I'm going to pick it up, too.
I don't even got the instrumentals to the songs no more.
Is it Red Punchy, Buggy?
Oh, I don't even got that song no more. I don't got that song. Oh, that was a freestyle. He
going to freestyle for us next week. Shine Barnes freestyling for us next week.
He's coming to Smooth Dude.
Smooth dude. Smooth dude. Hey, they used to call him Smooth dude. Hey, I'm telling you.
I call myself the Smooth dude. All right. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to these people. I love y'all.
People did too. He used to tell people to call him that so he could say that people called him that.
I would never.
Yes, he would. I
would never fake it till I make it.
He faked it until he not made it yet. But look, though.
Could. If I swear to God, if I release Fly Away, my single, if I released it today.
Look, the people need to know what flyweight is, so they know what will chart though. So next week, tune in live 9:00. Strash Talk with Bobby and Shine. Shine gonna go in on flyweight, his new single or old single that's gonna be new to you, old to me, to the people. No instrumentals. Just gonna go ahead and do it a cappella. I might be in the background making some noises and stuff like go shine, go shine.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's the worst hype process I've ever heard. Go shine.
That's my guy. Shine. That's my guy.
You got this. You're doing good, buddy. Good job. What else you got? What else you got for the lineup,
baby?
With that, nah, man, I had several. I had several.
You did.
I had several. I had some that I stole and changed the lyrics to.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I said to play me, hey, he gonna need a track from God featuring Jesus and Young Jeezy. That was an old T.I. It was a callback, you know.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to Eminem, who would still murder T.I.
Shout out.
He would still murder T.I. in
shout
verses.
out to all them guns.
That's what we got to get on, the verses
14 years old. Shout
14,
out.
14, young boy. Still
little
lyrics.
Pistol starter.
Little pistol starter. Pepper boy. Follow me now, because I'm a red hot pepper boy. We got to go. We got to go. That was my jam
right there.
I showed Kristen that song, and she looked at me like I was crazy, man. It's about as bad when you try to show him J Money.
Yeah.
What's the 5 times 10?
Futuristic.
Futuristic. Well, all of them.
Yeah, we used to listen to some great songs back in the day, man. They had some good beats, man. It was good beats, though. It was good beats.
Is that what it is?
Good beats. Not good. Like, it wasn't lyrically advanced. It was good beats.
But they was like, let me get a dro beat so I can mess it up. That's all it was.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Let me get a dro beat so I can mess it up.
So before we get out of here, man, you know how we got on in that? Because I was listening to Dro at the time, right? We were listening to Dro, Young Dro. You don't know anything about Young Dro, you need to look him up. It's Young Dro. Yeah. So Young Dro got these beats. They from the same area. So whenever you start looking up Young Dro, you start getting to J Futuristic, J Money, first name, last name, and then some of the beats about the same as Dro beats. So when you start listening to it, you think you listen to Dro. So
until you listen to the lyrics.
You get hooked on it. Then all of a sudden you be in the car and you sign Remedial when you've been singing these tracks.
But they hit hard with them woofers. Because that's back then you had to have bass in the car. But I swear to God, he said, all right, we gotta go. But he said 12:45 still searching for my keys.
Hey.
I done find my car key, can't find my weed.
What?
Find my weed now, I can't find my ID. God damn, my mind playing tricks on me. I said, I don't know what that was, but that shit was good. That was good. But did it say 5 times 10? You could do the math. That's on front of 3. Oh my God, I am. I was like, no.
He didn't know what 5 times 5 was right there, man. Hey, look. Before we get out of here, Megan said, still working on making it. That's what she said about yourself.
I swear, if I came out and I put out my bangers today, I'm telling you, I could be in top 100 in North Carolina.
You could in Goldsboro. But look though,
top 100 in Goldsboro.
Yeah, man.
There it is right there.
Hey, yeah. Hey, but I'm gonna tell you right now though, you were doing some stuff in the past that they doing now that if you did in the past, you would have got nothing for it. But if you would put that music out now, I bet you could.
You
could sell some records.
I could sell some records.
You could sell some records now because you were to me you were not considered a lyricist back in the day.
Not at all.
You were not considered a lyricist.
Not at all.
Your bars was 2 + 2. Yeah, it was each other.
It was 2 times 2. It was 2 times 2.
It was 2 + 2.
No, it still came out to 4, but it had some flair on the way. That's what it was.
Whatever.
I'm not rapping for y'all if y'all gonna talk shit about me.
Hey, next week, man, Shine Barnes in the building, 9:00 on the dot. Show up, show out, be in the comment section. I need some hands in the air, waving from side to side. If you don't know how to put hands in hands, wave beside, just put the Jesus hands up in the air, and then you just skip spaces, and then it look like you waving from side to side. And Shine raps his
or do the high five hand that everybody think is prayer hands. It's
Yeah,
two people
yeah,
high fiving. They be like, Hattie Mae died today. They like, all right.
Why had me Hattie Mae?
There's and she's gone. All right, we gotta go. What else you got, Bobby?
Hey man, that's all I got for tonight, man.
Hey, look, it's been real.
It's always real, man.
It's been good.
It's been good tonight, man.
But it ain't been real good.
Never that.
Look, we gonna come back next time. We can't stay so long.
I holla.
Peace.